Well, jury selection begins tomorrow in the case against the founders of Backpage.com. The site started as competition to Craigslist, but soon became notorious for its adult section.
It absolutely did, and police and prosecutors say that Backpage contributed to sex trafficking of women and children. Our Morgan Lowe is live tonight with some controversy that's already surrounding this case before it even makes it to trial.
Yeah, Brandon, and yet federal prosecutors are the ones taking this case to court. But a recent federal government report argues that Backpage actually helped police and prosecutors track down sex traffickers, and taking the site offline has made it more difficult for investigators to arrest traffickers. Michael Lacey and James Larkin started the New Times in the mid-1970s, and the business eventually grew to 17 alt-weekly papers across the country. In the early 2000s, they started Backpage.com.
Initially, when it was formed in 2004, when they created it, it was because Craigslist was sucking all of the classified ad revenue out of newspapers.
Stephen Lemons is a freelance journalist who writes for and edits one of Larkin and Lacey's current news sites. He's not speaking for them, but he does defend them.
Yes, these guys they're First Amendment warriors.
But as Backpage's popularity grew and its adult section became more lucrative, it caught the attention of attorneys general across the country.
One of the greatest offenders is Backpage.com. And I will repeat what I've said many times. Backpage.com needs to shut itself down.
That was Vice President Kamala Harris back in 2012. In 2018, the feds arrested Lacey and Larkin, charged them with facilitating prostitution and money laundering, and seized the website. But this Government Accountability Office report released in June contends that Backpage actually helped FBI agents track down traffickers. The FBI's ability to identify and locate trafficked victims and perpetrators was significantly decreased following the takedown of Backpage.com, reads the report.
They actually call Backpage a gold mine of information for law enforcement.
They were using it as a tool, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely. They were using it as a tool to find trafficked women and children.
Even some advocates for trafficked women and children admit it has become more difficult to track victims.
I do agree that once we lost that centralized marketplace, the market kind of fractured. And so there's a lot of pop-up sites and a lot of different sites. And so people are all over the place, and that we don't have that one centralized sex selling website anymore.
Stacey Sutherland is a director with the Arizona Anti-Trafficking Network. She says society is still better off without Backpage.
I don't think sex trafficking kids falls under free speech, and people can disagree with me on that. But when you're facilitating that crime, you should pay the price.
Released a statement that reads in part, "Our company voluntarily aided law enforcement and government entities. Since the FBI seized Backpage, adult advertising has predictably fled to overseas companies that do not respond to U.S. subpoenas." That was from Lacey and Larkin, released today. Both men are in their 70s, so if they are convicted, they could spend the rest of their lives in prison. Brandon?